So what dish is finger-licking good? Well, how about spicy Thai wings? Today on Cooking Made Easy with June, I will show you how to make them. So take some notes, go to Macy's after the show. That's coming right up on Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's, the happy shopping store in Spanish Fork. Welcome, I'm so excited. Today we are making spicy Thai wings. Now I know you guys are, maybe you're not sick of hearing about my cookbook. It's been out like several years, but I love it, and I keep showing you the recipes that I make on here. And again, I wish we had an audience because then you can taste it. So when the book first came out by Cedar Fort, we had like some different cookbook authors or just different authors choose to promote it. Like they're given a copy and they are to try it and test it out, and they give an honest review. So they reviewed the book. And one of the recipes that everyone always starts out with is the spicy Thai chicken wings. It's under appetizer. And because it is so easy and the ingredients are very simple. And for some reason, they rave about it and the kids love it. So for whatever things now, a lot of times we make wings for different shows, like just a big football game or whatever, like appetizers. But I make them often, and I actually make them again for big events, but for all kinds of seasons, like the New Year, or if you just want to party and get wings. And it's so much cheaper if you make it yourself. So with that being said, we start out with the wings. Now people always try, a lot of times wings come in bags of frozen wings, but not everybody has frozen wings. Or in this case, what I did was, because when you bake with the wings, you follow the instructions, you bake the wings, right? So, but this last couple times what I've done is I like to take the frozen wings and I like to thaw it overnight in the refrigerator and let it thaw so it's thaw, and then I'm going to bake it. But the difference between just throwing in the frozen and baking it is there's liquid after you bake the frozen wings, right? So, but when I've done it this way, when it's thawed, you're going to have some water from the frozen chicken, and then I just take it out of the water. And so I have it almost looks like fresh wings, or you can purchase fresh wings at Macy's, and then you can just have fresh wings. And so what I do is I love disposable pans, and I got this at Macy's too. They have everything. Thank you, Macy's. And I do a little bit of a spray on the bottom so it doesn't stick too much, but it's so much easier and it's a great cleanup. So I just spray lightly over there, and I just happen to have just the coconut oil, but it could be any type of oil. And I just like to do one layer of the wings. And it could be upside down. Now the thing is, I like to do it with the skin side up, because then, especially on this part, then the skin part doesn't stick to the bottom. So I like to do it like that, but it doesn't matter, honestly, as long as you try to keep it within one layer. So that way the wings will be crispy, and if they're on top of one another, then they will be more soggy, and that's how we bake. So about 375 degrees is what we're gonna do. So here I'm just layering one layer of wings, the wing pieces. I don't know, I guess if you technically look at the wing, the whole wing has everything in it, and you could use that also. But this is, I bought it frozen, I let it thaw, and then I have all these pieces already cut up, so easy. Okay, so now I just layer it, and I like to spray another little coat of any oil. It kind of crisps it up a little bit, and then I like to do a tiny bit of pepper and a tiny bit of salt. Okay, let's see where I put my salt. There it is. Okay. Just a quick, like that. That's it. Not a lot, because we're going to make a yummy sauce. So so I have that, and so uncovered, and I just preheat the oven to about 375. Now, again, depending on your oven, you could do it higher, and you just have to watch it. I want to say about an hour, and then I'm going to put that in the oven. Okay, So while that's baking, I'm going to start prepping the sauce. We have, now the recipe calls for, let me pull up on my book. I honestly, this is like a messy book because I use it all the time. It just makes it less stress for me when I use my own recipe because I cook and throw it in and I have to taste it and decide what's good or what's not. So I'm going to turn to the spicy wings page. You can just go to the table of contents, and here, look at all these pictures of Thailand. But I'm going to go to appetizers and salads on page 5. Okay, so we go to page 5, and then I just look through, and there's a picture for every single recipe. You've got spring rolls right there. You've got egg rolls. You've got fresh spring rolls, chicken satay, steak salad. Now, oh my gosh, okay, just talk on. I'm getting a little diverted here. And then the chicken salad, and then there's my spicy wing. So I'm going to turn that on to my little stand here that a friend gave me. And let's move this little thing. Okay, so first it calls for soy sauce, fish sauce, sugar, cornstarch, lime juice, orange juice. So you could use just the orange juice that you have that you can buy, or I love making fresh things. I mean, why not? And if you have the opportunity to get fresh juice, just do it. So because oranges are big. Now you could use, so I cut it into quarters and just squeeze it, or of course you can just squeeze it by hand. But this seems to, see, I got a juice in there, but that's okay, a seed, excuse me. Or you can just do it like this with the oranges, because this has been sitting at room temperature, so it's a lot easier to squeeze. So I'm just gonna squeeze. There's not a lot of seeds in the orange. In fact, I haven't seen any seeds yet. Maybe it's in there. So I need a whole cup. So I'm going to just squeeze the orange juice. Oh gosh, I love fresh orange juice. Again, when you make your own things, oh, I push this button. When you make your own fresh ingredients, it's always gonna taste so much better. And that's the premise of my cookbook, Thai Food Made Easy. I want people to really know that they can make Thai food. And you know the difference between going out to eat and homemade in any type of food is so much better. So that's what we need to count on, is that when you have a recipe and you use fresh ingredients and your own ingredients, local ingredients, it's gonna be so much better. So, all right, so now this recipe is not really Thai. I mean, it's Thai because I'm Thai and I make it. and also it's Thai because it has fish sauce in it. But honestly, we don't really eat a lot of spicy wings. In Thailand, we take the seasoning for the wings is just like, they call it gai yang, means just grilled chicken. And sometimes you walk through the streets of Thailand, you're gonna see like whole chickens grilled and cooked till almost like leathery, and it's hanging up in ducks and things like that in the streets. And I guess it makes it a little bit more sanitary because it's almost like a jerky chicken, so it's not gonna get too bad where you can eat that. So it's really, really cooked. Just avoid it when there's flies flying around. So I don't need to mention that in a cooking show. Okay, so it looks like about 2 large oranges that we're gonna have about a cup of orange juice. Now it says, oh, it's a half cup, but I wanna do a cup because I'm gonna double it. Okay, so I know. Pete doesn't like me to double, but I'm sorry, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now we have lime juice. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is amazing. The reason why I was inspired to have, it's almost like a sweet and sour wing, is because I used to work in a Chinese restaurant when I first was in Provo, and I just came to school, and I was a waitress. I just love I've always waitress because I get quick money on the tips and things like that. So I was a waitress at a little Chinese restaurant in Provo, and I remember the owners had just come straight from Taiwan, and so they're straight from Taiwan. So they're very authentic, and I would go watch, because I'm a picky eater in a way. So one day I was looking at how they made the sweet and sour sauce. It wasn't packaged, it wasn't pre-made, it wasn't bright red. It was red, but it wasn't like bright red. But they would have huge, I'm not exaggerating, a huge vat of boiling water and sugar, and they would have fresh lemons and limes floating and soaking into this amazing syrup. And they would take, and when they're ready to make some sauce, they would scoop out this sugar, sweet and sour water, and they would thicken it in their pan and have fresh, amazing, delicious sweet and sour sauce. And that's the inspiration of this recipe. But also, if you go to my cookbook and to go to sauce section, I have a sweet and sour sauce recipe. And that could be another whole show. So I'm just squeezing a couple limes here for lime juice. I only need a little bit. So about a quarter cup. Well, it's 2 tablespoons, but I'm doubling it. But I'm just gonna do it that way. Okay. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do, since I've talked so much, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to put the sauce together. And this is so easy, so don't go away. All right, welcome back. So I have my juice is prepped, and again, you can just run to Macy's and get it already juiced, or buy the fresh fruits at Macy's. They have everything there. So I'm going to turn the stove on to about medium high, just because I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to put everything in. So I have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, which I'm doubling. So I'm actually going to put 4 tablespoons, which I could use a quarter cup. 4 tablespoons is a quarter cup. So I'm going to just add 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, about soy sauce, people ask me like, do you refrigerate? Yeah, well, according to instructions, you do refrigerate it, but not everyone does. And it's just salt and, oh my gosh, I keep pushing this thing. Okay, so that's 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. So honestly, I refrigerate mine. It just lasts longer. And of course, they have gluten-free soy sauce too. And then we have 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, which again, what is fish sauce? It's a very unique to Thai flavors. However, I did see something on Netflix, and I did not realize that they came from somewhere like a Chinese, like everything comes from China. Very, very old culture, and I would not be surprised if it did come from somewhere around there. But honestly, it seems like the Thai people use more fish sauce than any other culture. So that was 2, right? So no one here to remind me. And this is going to be 3, and this is going to be 4. So sometimes I need to say, okay, be quiet. Don't touch me while I count. Okay, so that's 4. And then we have a quarter cup plus 3 tablespoons of sugar. So, I have my quarter cup here. So a quarter cup, so I'm doubling. So I'm going to put 2 of these, 1. So half cup plus 3 tablespoons. So that's 6 tablespoons. So 6 tablespoons is 4 here and 2 more. 1 and 2. I just shake, about even. So, sorry, let me see. Okay. Then 3 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now, with cornstarch, sometimes another way to do it is you don't put it ahead, but I put this ahead, and then if it's not thick enough, then I will add a little bit more of watered down. Okay, so 3 teaspoons. So 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon, so I already started this. 3. So again, I'm doubling, so I'm going to add another 3. And if it's too thick or too thin, you can always adjust. Okay, it's already starting to simmer, so I better use a whisk to get that cornstarch and the sugar incorporated so it doesn't get clumpy. Okay, all my ingredients are not quite in yet, I don't think. Oh, we still have orange juice and lime juice. So I'm just whisking it because it's already starting to cook quickly. So I got new pots and pans for Christmas, and so I'm so excited. And so I want to make sure it's not too clumpy. Now, if it looks like it might be a little clumpy, but that's okay. So I have sugar, and then I need orange juice, a half cup, which is a quarter cup. So I'm just going, I actually poured. Oh my goodness, I doubled it, so now I need a little bit more orange juice. Remind me. So I need another quarter cup of orange juice. But let's go ahead and do the lime juice. I need 4 tablespoons of lime juice because I'm doubling, but normally 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm going to cut and I'm going to do another 1/4 cup of orange juice. Okay, so bear with me. Oh, I love this. I love the smell of fresh juices and fruit and everything. One day we're gonna have an audience, but that's okay. So that's maybe about 1/4 cup. And if it's too much, I'll just drink the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna measure that. There's a little bit. And you know, I don't mind if it's, oh, yeah, that's 1/4 cup. So I don't mind if it has the little pulps because I think that would look lovely in our sauce. So we have that, and so, okay, and then red peppers, you can always add that last. And of course, my mother's yummy. She was just, I don't know if she brought me last time, so I'm gonna look for the cayenne pepper at our break because I don't know where oh, there it is. So this is pretty good. It's organic cayenne pepper that's already chopped up. And so I'm gonna start out a small, it says a teaspoon, and it seems that a teaspoon is about what it takes, but again, it depends on how hot your pepper is. But I'm gonna put, oh, those are half teaspoons, so that was, okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit more. So start out with 1 teaspoon per batch. Or if you're a wimp, you can just, don't put any, but you know, it'll still taste like a delicious sauce, honestly. But in my cookbook, let me whisk it, so I won't. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna turn down a little bit because it's boiling kind of fast. So while that's simmering a little bit, I'm going to show you something since we're talking about spice. Okay, it's called spice training. So spice training is that I just said that I would just start by taking a little bit at a time. And anyways, this isn't here. But you would just take it a little bit at a time, and then you gradually build up. And then you become, like I've seen some Latino children, they walk around and they're like, having bags of hot pepper and then there's chili peppers and they're just eating it like that. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. My mom's stuff smells really, really strong also. Okay, so this is like I'll walk in and my mom will make papaya salad and I could just smell it and I'd taste it without even getting near it and my eyes would water. That's the kind of hot that she eats. It's crazy. Okay, if you can see now in my sauce, I'm gonna lift it up because it's boiling almost over, so you gotta watch it. Again, it depends on my new pan. I love it. It's cooking so quickly, but I'm holding it up, and you could see. Let me see. I'll put it down here so you guys can see. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna turn this down to low. I don't know if you can see that. That looks so yummy. Okay, I'm gonna turn that low and let it simmer, and I'm going to pull out our chicken wings really quick, and I'm gonna toss it. And I'm going to, oops, here it is. I'm going to add half the sauce. Oops. So you see how it's, if you can see the chicken wings, it's well cooked. You don't want to overcook. I've overcooked it before. I'll put about half the sauce in here. So this is, so you can just guess. I mean, you know, there's not a measurement. But the primary thing is to coat it so that it's all coated in to the sauce like that. Okay, and again, you want to leave it in one layer so that when you put it back into the oven for a few more minutes at 375. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to have some eating. So don't go away. Come back. Welcome back. So I'm so excited. I was gonna grab it when you guys came in here, but I'll just grab it now. So we have the wings from the oven. I'm gonna turn off the timer. Okay. Yum, yum. Look at that. So the reason why we had that second bake is because it allowed the sauce to bake into them. And so I'm gonna put a lot of sauce on there. So I'm just going to plate them like that. Of course, you could do it any way you like, but I'm just gonna try to, randomly put them here in the middle for the picture. So we have a little bit of a layer. Okay, so when you serve wings, you could do lots of, there are many ways to serve wings, but I like to make a pot of rice. I like to make a pot of fresh rice. And then I have, let's say, for example, I'm going to have a Super Bowl party or something or whatever for my family, and I would make the wings. I would make a pot of rice. I would have maybe a vegetable tray, or have someone bring a vegetable tray. I would also, I guess some people like ranch dip. I don't love to dip it in ranch, but some people really like that. As you could also have more sauces, but I like to have that rice, and the sauce is so good with rice. I also like to make a Mexican type of 7-layer dip. Oh my gosh, that's another show. You guys, you are going to love the 7-layer dip I got from a friend in college. So almost there. So 2 more. So like I said, if you go to some wingers or something, you can, of course, cut out some fresh celery and have the ranch dip, of course, the classic way to serve it. Okay, so there we go. Now, I actually poured a lot of sauce onto it. Yum. So I'm just going to use this sauce. I'm just going to take the sauce and I'm just going to drizzle the rest of it onto, oh my goodness, look at that. I'm trying not to make it too messy so I can wipe down that. And you could just save that pan. You can save that pan. Now, just gonna wipe that down a little bit. All right, so we have that, and I'm going to garnish it just like the picture in my book. I'm going to put a few lime slices so we can have something pretty for the picture. And I wish you guys could taste it, but I'm going to just taste it for you in just a sec, right before we get going here. I'm just gonna, and you could do this, why not? You can have gourmet dishes served for your family. Why not? I believe that if it looks beautiful, it will taste lovely. So not to mess it up, I'm just gonna grab this one. Well, that messes it up, but we'll fix it. And take a bite. Oh my goodness. I do this all the time. I hate to brag. Oh my gosh, I always hit this. I hate to brag, but I do like to brag about delicious food. You guys are gonna love this. Fresh lime, almost like a spicy sweet and sour with a little bit of a bite. So look how easy it was. Look how beautiful it is. So I expect you to go to Macy's, get stuff there, and come make it. You've got this. And come to another show when we make more delicious food. So happy cooking. Go to happythaigirl.com or at happythaiGirl Instagram. I would love to hear your messages about the food that you've made and take pictures. So till next time.